Okay. Alright, so welcome to the Melbourne Street Circuit for the Australian Grand Prix. Qualified 8th, and the qualifying was in the rain. And the AI are really faster on this track, so I don't expect to compete for the win. So, Drivers' Championship's already gone anyway. As you can tell, I got one of my oldie Nickelodeon favorites on. Clarissa Explains It All. I know there's probably some who are older than me or just as old as me, remember watching it on Nickelodeon. Thankfully, there's Paramount Plus, so you can watch it again if you want. It's a great show. It's pretty funny at times. It just kind of shows
Welcome to Melbourne.
what the world was like 30
years
ago.
Out there, which can only mean one thing. Race day is upon us. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 16 corners and 3.3 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles an hour. The close proximity of the barriers makes accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1, so how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
Well, the throttle goes both ways, Crofty. You've got to have the discipline not to try and win the race on the first lap, so always be prepared to lift early and give those around you more space. Trying to be the last of the late breakers with half a dozen cars around you may pay off from time to time, but it's also a great way to lose your front wing.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position.
Screwed by the
Pierre
mafia.
Gasly in P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Perez, Charles Leclerc and Sainz, Bottas, Bird, Norris and George Russell, Delatraz, Ricciardo, Yuki Tsunoda and Ocon, Stroll, Vettel, Daniel Ticktum and Guan Yu Zhou, Giovinazzi, Latifi, Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
Alright.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
I'll definitely want to go down on fuel. Definitely have at least a lap and a half extra fuel. Okay, so yeah, I definitely want to start on the mediums because it seems like the softs work a lot better for the car. But I definitely would want to lighten the fuel and maybe I'll add just a tick more extra fuel in there just to be safe. Alright, let's go ahead and begin the Australian Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go in Australia. Clean start that time, which is excellent. I gotta get used to the heavier braking on the car because the brakes sometimes go way down to the floor. And oftentimes the tires always lock up every time. Which is why I always have to be careful on braking. I'm just trying to do what I can to protect the tires. So I plan on doing a really long stint on these tires. Louis in the points, which is excellent. And again, the AI are just too fast around this track.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Gonna have to just kind of get used to the heavier braking in the car. So I got that last aero upgrade in the car. So now the car is maxed out on chassis and aerodynamics. So now it's just gonna having to be changing my style of driving a little bit to adapt to the way the car is now. Whoa! Don't want to go up and accidentally run Lando off the road. Trying to leave him enough room. Something I really wish that Sir Lewis and Max would have done each other in the race today. Leave each other enough space. But, you know, but in my honest opinion, it was just really a stupid idea racing at the Jeddah circuit, because it's just too fast for the F1 cars, and especially with the narrow streets. I knew that race was going to be a wreck fest today, and it was. So, really not happy at the Mafia, the Mod and FIA in there. So it's just, on my honest opinion, a really dumb decision to race there. I know that Lando, of course, has the softer tire, which means, of course, the softer tire being the faster tire. I just can't keep up with Charles. Doing what I can, but, you know, just on a different strategy than what these guys are. I'll just let Lando go past. Yeah, just back off and back up and let him pass because he's faster than me.
Okay, we've lost the position. That's us.
I'll probably move over and let Louis go. In either case, I'm on the medium tire, so I'll move over and let Louis go. So they're on the radio, so let me just back off and let Louis pass. Come on, get around me. There you go. Just back off and let him go, and I'll just move over and let Yuki go. Because they're on the faster tire, so yeah. In my imaginary mind, I heard the team principal telling me to move over to let Louis go because he's quicker, so I moved over and let him pass, so that way then Louis could probably get after Lando. But also, you know, being down on horsepower is another thing that's hurting me a bit. But yeah, the AI are just too fast at this track, you know. But I'm...
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
I'll request to stay out longer. So I'm going to want to stretch the stint on these tires if I can. In all honesty, this just isn't one of my favorite circuits. So I mean, the brakes just drag on, so to speak. Whoa, these upgrades. Sometimes it feels like even with the slightest tap of the brake pedal, you're putting the brake down to the floor. But in any case, I'll definitely have a shot at the next of the other races, so...
The gap to the car ahead is increasing by a few tenths per lap.
Oh my god. This car just hates, this car hates this track. I don't know, it's either that or I guess, I don't know. But yeah, this isn't one of my best tracks. This is probably one of my worst tracks. Mainly because the AI are just too overpowered at this track. I'll probably just let Daniel go. Yeah, I'll just let him go because he's much quicker than me. I'd rather just take care of the car. And plus he has the softer tire on, so he's going to be quicker anyway. I'm running the medium tire. Yeah, I think that. Plus this track is so bumpy, you know. Having to really wrestle the car around.
Green flag. Some information on Stroll. They're retiring from the race. Box. We're coming in this lap.
I'm honestly thinking of staying out a couple extra laps.
The car behind is gaining on you by 5 tenths a lap.
Yeah. It's like... That's what I mean, you know, the brakes just go to the floor even though you're not touching them. But I'm done complaining. I'm just driving the car the best I can, but the car just does not want to drive good around this track.
Yellow flag. Someone's come off ahead of you. There's a yellow flag ahead.
I'm gonna be careful of Sir Lancelot because he went off the road. slowed down just in time, which is excellent. Alright, I think Louis came in for his stop, I think. I don't know. Alright, let's put on the softs.
Go, go, go.
Yeah, that was slow. 2.8. That wasn't good.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
See if I could maybe reel in Daniel Ricciardo. And Louis in the pits now.
Louis is in the pits. Louis in the pits.
Good, Louis still in front of Yuki and Daniel, so that's really good. I'm happy about that. He's in the points, which is good. I just hope he can hang on and score a point.
Our gap behind is 4.1 seconds. Gap to car in front is 1.6 seconds.
See if I could maybe at least salvage 1 point. Try to catch Yuki and Daniel if I can, because I got the faster tire on. Thing is, though, is that these softs wear out, though, quicker.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
I had to stick a nose under Daniel there to get around him. Alright, see if I can get the run on Yuki coming down the front straightaway. Got him. Up into the points. Alright, I'll try to guard against these guys, try to help Louis. Try to help Louis get a good points finish. That way we both get at least a double points finish.
laps of fuel remaining. The gap to the car ahead is 1.5 seconds.
Oh man. Overshot the braking zone there. They got a good gap over Yuki and George, so that's really good.
This is your final lap of the race.
I need to slow down a bit there. Just trying to get the right apex going into the corner, but just turned it in too soon there. Alright. Alright. Got a double points finish, which is awesome.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
That's a spectacular victory then, and with it, the championship is secure. It's been a magnificent season, and they thoroughly deserve the cheers of the crowd here today. Anthony, tell me, what was it that helped them achieve this success?
I really feel the track layout combined with the track temperatures we saw today suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sport that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win.
Yeah, I kind of wish the car was faster, but I did what I could. Some of these tracks, the AI are just too strong, you know. I got prestige level 2, which is awesome.
Some amazing talents out on the track today. But Anthony, who would you pick as your driver of the day?
Well, there was a lot of incredible driving out there today, Crofty, but if I had to pick someone, it's got to be Sergio Perez. Fantastic driving.
And it's another title in the bag for Red Bull. After a long and hard-fought season, they built an astonishing car this year, and the glory they'll be taking back to Milton Keynes is fully deserved. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time? Be sure to join us again as we continue to bring you the latest excitement in Formula One.
Yeah, it's just a tough track, you know, to go
Good
really
day today.
fast at.
Let's have your take on it. Why do you think you weren't as quick as your teammate today?
AI are too fast.
Do you have any comments about this team?
AI are too fast in Australia.
Well, thanks anyway.
Yeah, AI are just too fast. You know what I mean? They're just too fast. You know, on some tracks. But Louis did an awesome job, so I'm really happy about that. And I thank Louis for finishing in the points. So it's good. Got a double points finish, which is awesome. Anyway, the next track is actually the brand new track. Unfortunately, the one that they raced at today, which, you know, I really didn't enjoy. The track itself is fast, but the really big problem is that the really huge problem is that the so yeah, let me manage the sponsors. I'll keep Lupo Industries on board, but I'm gonna pick a different sponsor. I was thinking about taking let's see. Let's see what to add in. Let's see. 5 points during a weekend. Yeah, that's gonna be for later, but yeah, I'll pick this one. 2 interview questions during a race weekend, yeah, which I can definitely take on in a way. Now let's go ahead and add the new sponsors. Or, well, one current sponsor and a new one. Okay, yeah, so on here I want to add on this one. And then here add this one. And then, but not to worry, I know what I need to add on, so it's nothing to really worry about. There we go. Alright, got that. Now let's go ahead and upgrade the powertrain since I got enough money and I have enough contract money for Louis. So that's good. Got enough contract money for him to pay him. So yeah, I should have enough money to pay him. Oh yeah, definitely got enough money to pay him, which is awesome. Definitely have enough cash to pay Louis. So I'll definitely run this one because Saudi Arabia is, you know, fast circuit. I'll put in the fresher components for this race. I'll put in the newer components in for Saudi Arabia. How's the gearbox looking? Yeah, I think I should be able to complete the rest of the season on the gearbox. Alright, so for activities, yeah, definitely we'll give these guys an away party, because they deserve it. They definitely deserve it, that's for sure. Yeah, I was thinking of doing this, and then power team building to assist them. Alrighty. And then, of course, performance comparison, yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and advance the time.
Finally, some good news. It's entirely up to you how we handle this.
A charity event, approach us as Delatri is available. Yeah, I'll accept it.
Thanks. I appreciate you taking the
But
time
sadly
to
his
help out.
focus, though, is going to drop, but his acclaim, though, is going to drop. That's Louis, though, in terms of his... bummer. His focus is way down. Alright. But I figure it'd be good for him, because, you know, Louis deserves at least some recognition, because he's doing a good job. I gotta give him tons of props, that's for sure. And besides, I care about my people, you know. Alright, so in the next event, it's the newest track on the schedule, the Jeddah Street Circuit in Saudi Arabia. Unfortunately, a circuit that I'm just not a fan of. I know this place is fast, but the problem is it's just narrow, you know, and with the cars going at the speeds they're going, especially if there's a big crash, especially if somebody has a, you know, especially if somebody blows a tire or something like that on one of the faster parts of the circuit, that could cause a huge stack up and a lot of damage, but also it could cause a blockage in the circuit. Yeah, I mean this circuit, honestly, I'm just not exactly kind of taking to a liking to. But anyways, on the next episode it'll be the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix at the new Jeddah Street Circuit. See you guys then. Bye.